Hello everyone, we are going to do a special kind and very interesting kind of a topography today, known as an karst topography. Obviously you must be very familiar with this name, karst topography, because it gives some of the very much more interesting features on the surface of the earth. Most of you must have visited Vaishno Devi. In the Vaishno Devi, where is the temple located? Temple is located inside the caves. And there is one cave while going to the Vaishno Devi where the person has to go from inside the cave, and it is considered a challenging task. Why? It is because of there are large number of pillars inside the caves which come and obstruct the path. If not Vaishno Devi, then you must have heard about the Batu caves of Malaysia. The famous Batu temple of Malaysia, where there is an Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Murugan, in which generally the photo is shown, the large statue standing, and there are numerous steps which go inside the caves known as the Batu caves. It is a temple dedicated to Lord Murugan. Or you must have heard there are numerous such kind of caves in the Kentucky region of USA, in the Yucatan Peninsula, in the Himalayan region, in the Meghalaya region. So there are numerous such caves, such kind of a topography which is formed in the area of the limestone rocks. That is what kind of a topography? Caves, pillars inside the caves, and a very peculiar and very different kind of a topography is known as a karst topography. Why it is a very peculiar kind of a topography? Because this topography is formed in the areas of limestone rich rocks, such as limestone, such as dolomite and gypsum. So we can write here, it is found in the rocks. It is found in the regions of limestone rocks. It is found in the regions of dolomite and in the regions of gypsum rocks. It is found in these three regions, that is in the regions of limestone, gypsum and dolomite. What kind of a rock is an limestone? Why it is known as an limestone? Why it is known as an karst topography? Now in these regions, carbon dioxide which is present in the water reacts with water to form weak carbonic acid. And this acid reacts with rocks of calcium carbonate to give rise to karst topography, Now why the name is the karst topography? Why are we calling this topography as a karst topography? Because it was first studied in this region, a karst region of the erstwhile Yugoslavia. That means there was a country named Yugoslavia, now it has broken down into numerous countries. So when it was first studied and best developed in the karst region, in the Mediterranean Sea region, in the Adriatic Sea region, and therefore this topography is named as an karst topography. So the name is derived from the karst region of Yugoslavia. Of the erstwhile Yugoslavia. It is derived from the karst region of an erstwhile Yugoslavia. Therefore, the name is an karst topography. Now, what is a limestone? Limestone is a rock which is made up of calcium carbonate. What is a dolomite? When the calcium carbonate plus magnesium is present, then such a rock is known as an dolomite. The purest form of a calcium carbonate, the soft form of a calcium carbonate, the rock that is in the pure and soft form, generally white in color, is known as chalk. You remember the chalk, your kindergarten days, your KG days. I don't know what they use nowadays, maybe iPads, but during our time we used to use the chalk and the slate in the while studying in the kindergarten. So the chalk is also one kind of a sedimentary rock. It is a kind of a limestone rock. It is a kind of a rock. It is a kind of an, which kind of a sedimentary rock? Carbonic rock. It is a, if you remember the sedimentary rock differentiation, chemical form sedimentary rocks. So these are calcareous sedimentary rocks. When the limestone is CaCO3, limestone plus CaCO3 plus magnesium, that is the calcium carbonate plus magnesium, is a dolomite. Chalk is also one of the pure form of a limestone. Chalk is also the pure form of limestone. Chalk is a pure form of a limestone. Pure form of an limestone is known as an chalk. Now the topography which is formed in this region is very peculiar. How it is peculiar we are going to study. Very most simple and generally only for preliminary examination, except they may ask you the question that what are the characteristics of an karst topography. So what is this topography? It is found in the region. Why it is known as an karst topography? Because it was first studied and best developed in the karst region of Yugoslavia. Later on at the end of a lecture I will give you the other important karst regions of the world. Now what happens in the karst topography? How is a limestone rock? Limestone is a well-jointed rock. It is a rock which is having proper joints. Now we have studied that one of the important purest form of a limestone is an chalk. You remember how is the chalk? Very soft. You could easily break it. Some people had the habit of eating the chalks also. So this chalk, when you put in water, it gets easily dissolved in water. Why is it getting dissolved in water? Because of the presence of weak acids such as because water reacts with atmospheric carbon dioxide to form a weak acid known as carbonic acid. So it gets very easily dissolved in water. And same thing you can apply it to the landforms. Chalk is derived from the chalk is the part of a limestone rock, and then when it mixes with the water, it is easily eroded away because it gets easily soluble. Same thing will apply if the chalk, you put a small piece of chalk, if you put it in the glass of water and it can get easily dissolved, then obviously on the earth the areas where there will be chalk, the areas where there will be formation of limestones, if they are exposed to rainwater, if they are exposed to river water, they will also get very easily dissolved, resulting into a peculiar characteristics. Now how is the limestone rock? Limestone is a very well jointed rock. What do you mean by well jointed rock? It is having numerous joints. Now these numerous joints, when they are exposed to the water, rainwater or any kind of water, these joints, they react with the water, passes through the joints, water falls on the rocks and it starts passing through the joints. When it passes through the different amount of joints, it enlarges these joints, and as a result of this, the limestone rocks gets converted into the well-jointed rocks. Because of the reaction with the water, the joints, the path of the joints get dissolved in water, and therefore the joints open up. And as a result, we have such kind of an topography where the joints will open up. So here, because of reaction with the water, the joints will open up. Such enlarged joints are known by different names known as Clints and Grikes. So the area where because the limestone is a well-jointed rock, such an area is known as a limestone pavement. So what is a limestone pavement? Well-jointed rock structure is known as a limestone pavement. Due to reaction with rainwater, the blocks get enlarged and they result into formation of Clints and Grikes. So what are the Clints? Clints are these rectangular blocks which are enlarged, while the gap which is enlarged is known as Grikes. They are enlarged joints of the rock. So they result into formation of an Clints and Grikes. What are the Clints? These are the blocks which get enlarged, and what are the Grikes? They are the joints which are enlarged. Now you see in the diagram the water, if there is a surface water, had this not been a limestone rock, in this areas of this entire topography before that is known as a limestone pavement. This entire topography is known as limestone pavement. What are Clints? What are Grikes? What are a limestone pavement? After that, you see in this area, had this been a normal rock, maybe the basalt rock, how would have been? Consider this would have been a normal rock structure. Instead of limestone, it would have been a normal rock structure such as in basalt or granite, etc. The water would have flown, would have drained as a surface runoff. Means there would have been a surface drainage. Water would flow on the top of a rocks because it does not readily react with the rock. But as we said that, I give you an example of even chalk, that is the limestone easily reacts with water, and therefore when the water flows on the limestone rock, it enters into the joints and then it disappears into the joints. So it goes and it passes through the different kinds of joints. Because it is passing through different kinds of joints, why it easily passes through different kinds of joints? Because it can easily react with the water, react with the limestone gets dissolved, hole is formed, water goes below. Again one more hole is formed, water goes below. And thus the surface runoff totally disappears. In any other kind of a rock, you would see rivers which are on the top of a rock surface, that is on the surface of an earth. But in the limestone regions, in the areas which are rich in limestone, the river which is on the top, it disappears. Even though the area may be getting good rainfall, but the river reacts with the limestone rocks, it enlarges these joints and then it passes underground. So one of the major feature is in the limestone rock, does the river flow here? No. Why it does not flow? Because it reacts with the limestone rock. So one of the major feature of the limestone rich regions is absence of surface drainage. Again, take an example, if you have gone to Vaishno Devi or any of the limestone regions, you do not see the river which is flowing, except obviously during the rainy season, जब बहुत ज़्यादा पानी होता है, except otherwise you will see the river is not present. And generally in India, such are religious places, such places where the limestone rocks are religious places, because there is a religious appeal to the people that maybe the water is coming from somewhere underground, and we have mythological stories associated with it. So these are the regions. Even in the pilgrimage center, you will see that water is flowing underground. There is some kind of a cave which is underground. Why it is there? Because the water reacts and it flows underground. So the second characteristics of an karst topography is the absence of surface drainage. Why absence of surface drainage? As you have seen in this diagram, there is no surface drainage because the water reacts. So the characteristics of karst regions is general absence of an surface drainage. There is no surface drainage present in this kind of an topography. Why the absence of surface drainage? Because the river water flows underground in such regions. Because the river water flows underground, because the rivers flow for a short distance and disappear underground. In these regions, the rivers disappear underground, therefore there is a general absence of surface drainage in this region. But as you know that all the regions of the world, in all the regions, suppose if there is top layer is an limestone rock, but below there is an basalt rock or any rock which does not allow the water to pass, in such regions, the water after reaching the underground, that is the river here which flows, then after going underground through different joints, it will come to this layer of basalt, and because it cannot penetrate through the basalt or any other impermeable rock, the water will then flow and come out suddenly from somewhere in between. What we call this area in the limestone rock, such region, when the water meets impermeable rock structure. What do you mean by impermeable rock structure? That is the kind of a structure which does not allow the water to pass. When the limestone rock lies above, not below, above the impermeable rock structure, the lower layer of the rocks do not allow the water to pass. That is, the streams which disappear here do not allow the water to pass, and therefore the water suddenly reappears again or appears again as spring. So the presence of springs, so the presence of a spring is another feature of a limestone region. So that means general absence of a surface drainage is one feature, and the second feature is in areas where limestone rocks lie above impermeable rocks. Water appears as spring. So this is one of the second feature. Now, for a person who is there, who is traveling on the top of a limestone rock region, there is no surface drainage. You will see the dry valleys. Remember the second important term, dry valleys. So you will see the dry valleys on the top. But suddenly somewhere, then because we don't know what geology is inside there, suddenly you will see somewhere that is water suddenly emerging. Something like a miracle from where this water is coming. Or something like an resurgence. That is, the dry valleys, the river which was dead, again came back to life from somewhere underground. Therefore, in these areas, the spring is known as resurgence. Why it is known as resurgence? As I said, that because the water suddenly appears. What you have to remember is, resurgence is a spring associated with which topography? With an karst topography. Because springs may be there in any kind of an topography, but resurgence is a stream which is a spring of water which is associated with an karst topography. So the second characteristics here is the presence of resurgent spring. The second characteristics here is the presence of an spring. Such springs are known as resurgence or Volcassian. Such springs are known as resurgence or Vauclusian spring. Vauclusian spring. Vauclusian springs. So what is an Vauclusian spring or what is a resurgence? It is a spring associated with the karst topography. Are you getting it? Why it is associated? Because the water which disappears suddenly reappears somewhere else. So it is known as an Vauclusian spring. Now, in the regions of an karst topography, simple question till now, because here what is a limestone pavement? The rectangular block of the rocks are known as pavements. Clines, the ridge-like structure or the enlarged rectangular block which after separating looks like a mountain are known as clines. What are grikes? The enlarged joints of a rectangular blocks are known as grikes. And then coming here, we will see here how does the limestone, another important feature of an limestone rock. Now suppose again this is an limestone area. Again an example of an well-jointed region. This enlarged joints will be known as clines and grikes. How they form? As I told you, they are formed due to solution of a water. Now this clines and grikes, when the rainwater falls, the rainwater here after falling, it will react with this limestone rocks to form clines or grikes, or it will form large holes on the, numerous holes on the limestone rocks. So it will form numerous holes which will go deep inside the limestone rocks. So such holes through which the water starts disappearing are known as an sinkholes. They will form numerous holes. For example, here maybe the water will result into formation of an hole because the water reacts with the limestone rock. Such an holes are known as an sinkholes. What are the then sinkholes? The water reacts with the limestone rocks through which the hole is formed and through which the water disappears. It is known as a sinkhole. Sinkhole means same like a sink through which the water is drained out. So even on the top of the limestone rock, a sinkhole is formed. So from the sinkhole, one or two sinkholes may result into a bigger there will be numerous such holes. The smaller, very, very small sinkholes are known as swallow holes. The swallow holes will come together to form a big hole which is known as a sinkhole. So what are the swallow holes and the sinkholes? The smaller holes, which are known as, here the water is being swallowed by the limestone rocks, are known as the swallow holes, while the larger holes are known as an sinkholes. When numerous sinkholes come together, that is after the swallow holes coming together of a numerous amount of sinkholes, if these two sinkholes get enlarged and they come together, they will form one larger hole which is known as doline. This doline will again come together, that is numerous dolines will be enlarged. How will they enlarge? Over the period of time by erosion. Obviously they will get enlarged. सबसे पहले swallow hole, फिर swallow hole get increase in size, उसके बाजू के swallow holes will come together, they will form a sinkhole. Sinkhole will get enlarged in size, it will form doline, and the doline will get enlarged in size, it will form, numerous dolines will form uvalas. Numerous dolines will form uvalas. And several uvalas, that is some of the very, very large depressions, that is some of the several uvalas. What are these depressions on the hole, on the surface? Several uvalas will result into formation of an polge. These are so big holes, that is they are as big as 200 kilometers, such big holes. If you search the internet, you will find numerous such holes. One of the classic example of a sinkhole is, it is a common diagram, it is a common photo being circulated on the internet, on the WhatsApp, on social media, where it looks in the pool or in a lake, water is going through some kind of an hole, as if somebody has opened the sink in an ocean or open the sink in a lake and the water is draining out, but the lake is still, and us lake mein as if natural hole has been created. It is nothing but a sinkhole. Sometimes you will see, especially if you see the pictures of Maldives and all, you will see that surrounding is an light blue ocean, but beach mein a round hole is there, which is a very, very dark blue ocean. What is that dark blue ocean means? That means it is a deep part of the ocean. Why it is deep? Because it is an example of an swallow hole. I will attach some of the diagrams here with this lecture so that you will get a better idea of how this features look like. But what you have to remember for your exam point of view, Klimt's Grikes, that is only these questions generally come from the preliminary point of view, so you have to remember only the terms associated with the karst topography. Before I proceed further, what are the different kinds of terms? The terms are Klimt's Grikes, limestone pavements. Swallow holes come together, form sinkholes. Sinkholes come together, they form dolines. Dolines come together, they form uvalas, and very, very large depressions which are too much more are known as, which are very big in size, are known as polges. The polges may also be caused due to rifting. We'll write all these things, but again see here, obviously then the water will start going inside from this sinkhole. If the water starts going inside from such a big depression, large amount of water will flow, and as a result this entire limestone topography will be eroded to form a big, that is, here the water will erode such topography to form and big caves. So that is why initially I mentioned you, it was the Vaishno Devi cave, because one of the most common example that how we generally many people go there because it is a very famous pilgrimage center. So such kind of an cave is formed. Now how the cave is formed? Because the water goes and reacts with these limestone rocks. Why not limestone rock? Differential resistance of the different, very pure limestone rock. Even that in that same limestone rock there may be differential resistance of the rocks, or there may be weakened rock, there may be good rocks, or the flow of water. There are many factors to determine, but this is how the limestone will be eroded to form cave. Again, if the water goes from this hole here, the limestone rock, and if it follows this path, then it will result into erosion of the thing here, resulting into formation of an cave in this region. So again a cave will be formed which will look somewhat like this in this region. So this is how the caves will be formed. So here this is a cave, here this is a cave. Now inside the cave there are different features which are formed, that is they are the very very interesting feature of stalactite and stalagmites. Before that I will take down what are this, what are sinkholes, what are shallow holes. On the surface of limestone rocks, water react to forms smaller depressions are known as shallow holes. Several shallow holes come together to form sinkholes. Several shallow holes come together to form sinkholes. Several sinkholes come together to form doline. And numerous doline collectively form numerous dolines merge to form uvalas. So numerous dolines merge to form uvalas. Some very large depressions, some very large holes which are not only result of chemical reaction but also due to the faulting process are known as polges. So what are the polges? Why I am not taking here in this 4? It is because the polge is an expression of a chemical weathering also, and it is also an expression of an faulting process, that is both an endogenetic and exogenetic process. So very large depressions, which are partly due to faulting. Are known as polges. So polges, you remember, are extremely large depressions which are partly due to process of faulting. Now how to remember this? See, swallow, you generally swallow a small bite. We do not take a larger bite. So the smallest hole are known as and swallow holes. Sink is on the basin or in the kitchen. It is a bigger bite. Obviously it can pass through the sink. More things can pass than your throat. So sink is a better hold. Doline and Uvala. So you know S and S. Now D comes before U alphabetically. So Doline comes before Uvala. So Doline is formed and then Uvala is formed. And how Polje? P. Polje is totally different. It is also due to faulting. So Polje, you remember, this is swallow, sink, Doline, Uvala. DU is, or you can remember Delhi University also, DU, that is D comes before U. So very easy to remember the four kinds of depressions which are formed there in the karst kind of topography. So these are the different types of depressions. Okay. So inside the caves now. Now you remember, now you have already seen that how the cave is formed, that is the water goes inside the cave, and it results into formation of an caves. Now how is this water? It is not a very clean water. It is flowing through the limestone rich rocks. It is flowing through rocks rich in calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is easily dissolved when there is an water, but after in the dry regions, if you remember, calcium carbonate is an hard rock. Remember your toothpaste. You keep your toothpaste out without closing the cap, it becomes hard. At least the upper part becomes an hard. Especially the white toothpaste, not the gel, especially the white toothpaste. Or the tuna which is used for eating in a pan, popularly known as tuna. Again, a kind of a limestone, kind of a calcium carbonate. So it is also a hard structure. You have to mix with water. Same thing happens inside the caves. Inside the caves, the water which flows inside the caves carries calcium carbonate with it. The water drips from the top of the caves, and over the period of time the calcium carbonate sticks to the caves while the water gets removed. Water falls, has some kind of an calcium carbonate, it falls and it is drained away. Over the period of time there are some kind of very, very interesting features which are formed inside the caves. They look like pinnacles from the cave, or grounds में से pinnacles, very scary, generally shown in the horror movies. Or sometimes the two parts of the caves are joined together. So how it is, we'll see inside what happens inside the caves. Inside the caves, so this is what is generally seen inside the caves. Inside the caves, there is some kind of water which is draining here. Water is carrying calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate sticks to the caves. water falls down. But next batch of water, the calcium carbonate sticks, water falls down. Over the period, the water has drained up, but there is a slender, long, sharp kind of a pillar which grows, slender kind of an outgrowth, that is long pointed outgrowth from the caves. The water which is flowing, which falls down, also is having some kind of an calcium carbonate. After the water evaporates, there is an outgrowth even from the land. But this is not slender, this is somewhat blunt, stunted, because it is caused due to falling water. It results into formation of many such outgrowths. Such kind of an outgrowths, when it grows from the ceiling or from the roof, it is known as stalactites. They are known as stalactites. They are known as stalactites. I'll write it again. So what are the stalactites? Due to evaporation of a calcium, due to evaporation of water, the calcium carbonate sticks and grows like a slender outgrowth from the roof of a cave. It is known as stalactites. How to remember? C stands for ceiling, and stalactites grows from the ceiling. On the other hand, when the outgrowth falls on the ground, it results into formation of a blunt. It results into formation of blunt, rounded stalagmites, which drops to the floor. So this results into formation of stalagmites. How to remember stalagmites? Stalagmites grow on the ground. That is the growth on the ground are known as stalagmites. G stands for ground, G is there in the stalagmites. When the stalagmites and stalactites join together, it results into formation of an pillar. It results into the formation of an pillar, that is joining together of the stalactites and stalagmites. So what are stalagmites? Shorter, fatter, rounded growth. These are shorter, fatter, rounded growth from the ground. From the ground are known as stalagmites. What are stalactites? Sharp, slender. What are stalactites? These are sharp, slender, outgrowth from ceiling or roof. What are the stalactites and stalagmites? How are they formed? Why are they formed? These are formed because water carries calcium carbonate. Water carries calcium carbonate in solution. When water evaporates, it leaves behind solidified calcium carbonate or CaCO3, which are known as, from the ground I said G, stalagmites, from the ceiling I said C, stalactites, which will be longer. Ceiling se drop ho raha hai, so it is like a pulling effect is there, therefore these are slender and these are more longer. On other hand, because it is coming down, it is after falling down, it is creating, that is, it water trips down and it gets resulted into formation of a fatter and shorter stalagmites on the ground, C and G. When the stalactites and the stalagmites join together, it results into formation of an pillar. So what is a pillar? Pillar is joining of stalactites and stalagmites and stalagmites. That is why I said one of the most interesting topographies are formed in the areas of an karst topography. Just have a look at the diagram, and if you can Google Batu caves, Google stalactites or stalagmites, and you can see the image for yourself. How they look in the real life. Now, which are the areas in the world having karst topography? Areas in the world having karst topography are: 1. Karst region, of erstwhile Yugoslavia, Now, when I say erstwhile Yugoslavia, that means Yugoslavia as a country does not exist today. So now this is not my topic, that what formed the Yugoslavia. Now, as a student, it is your job, Google which countries were the part of erstwhile Yugoslavia, or wait till someone teaches you international relations or some politics. But it is better that you can search for which countries made up erstwhile Yugoslavia. The second is Yucatan Peninsula. Yucatan Peninsula. Which region? Mexico, Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Cockpit country. Jamaica. The name itself says that it is an enclosed. Why? Because there are numerous caves. Therefore, the cockpit country of Jamaica. Kentucky Peninsula or the Kentucky region of USA. What is famous from this region? Kentucky Fried Chicken, or what we say as KFC. The Kentucky region, you remember, comes in the karst region. Batu Caves, Malaysia. Krabi region or Krabi Island, one of the most famous and most beautiful tourist destination. Krabi region, Thailand. Himalayan region, India. India. And Caucasus district of France. And Caucasus district, France. If you want to focus here, you focus on Yucatan Peninsula, the location, you focus on Batu Caves, you focus on Caucasus district and Himalayan region. These are the regions you should not forget. So this is what is the karst topography. Now the next part is the desert regions of the India, or the desert. How is the topography in the desert regions?